Anytime you see a rainbow, that means there was rain in the area. We had a downpour about an hour or so ago, and unfortunately, there could be another downpour on its way in about 90 minutes or so. So a few minutes early, we welcome you to St. Vincent Field for Marian University Soccer, this non-conference affair, as the Knights play host to the Saints of Aquinas of Grand Rapids, Michigan. My name is Greg Regstraw, joined by Mark Newman. We were here all fall and some for the spring as well to chronicle the success of the women's program and see Coach Castro help develop this men's team. And you can see the progress from year one to year two on the men's side for Mark Castro. After a year last year where it was tough to pick up victories, Marian comes in 3-3-1 already on the season on the heels of a 4-1 victory against Brescia.
Yeah, I mean, tonight's game, you've got the tale of two teams that are on different paths at the moment. You've got a Marian team that's got 7 games under its belt. This Aquinas team only has 1 game under its belt. This is going to be a learning opportunity for their coach and their staff as they try to get back into the groove of things after being on COVID lockdown.
Yeah, they had 2 games postponed last weekend. This is their first game really almost in 2 or 2.5 weeks. And talking with their head coach and Luke Ruff, you're saying really they haven't been together really since from kind of Saturday on at this point, correct?
That's absolutely right. But at the same time, he's optimistic about the group that he has. He's talked about Theo May, his goal scorer from that first game.
Get a look at Sebastian Gonzalez, had a hat trick in the Marian victory against Brescia over the course of the weekend. Let's step aside. We'll come back. First half action from St. Vincent Field comes your way next on the ISC Sports Network.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Again, a picturesque night as of now, a little bit warm. It's the reason why there are storms in the forecast. Again, rain is projected to be in the area right at around 9 o'clock. This was scheduled to be a just after 7 o'clock kickoff time, so we have bumped it up a few minutes. And we'll point out that if we can get 70 minutes of soccer in tonight, the match is deemed official. Fingers crossed we get a full 90. James Jenkins wearing the captain's armband for Marian, the veteran from Liverpool, England. Spent time at the University of Indianapolis. 1 year we did not play at LSU Shreveport. Back for a second season as a bit of a super senior, if you will, for the Knights. He and Timiane are both in that same category. But in 18 games over the fall and spring last year, Jenkins found the back of the net 11 times.
He's emerged as a true leader on this team. He's a goal scorer. He plays sort of as a 9, plays sort of as a 10. Coach relies on him to float sort of back and forth between midfield and up front.
Sebastian Gonzalez will stand over the ball. Youssef El Masusi is our match referee for tonight. He gives everybody the all clear, and off we go. Marian in the primarily navy blue kits. Aquinas in the all gray attire. Thank you for joining us for Marian Men's Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network. Jenkins gives it a go. There was a deflection there, and some 15 seconds in, a trip to the corner flag coming for the Marian University Knights.
And so you get Jenkins with his big body in the mixer there, ball being floated across. If you target his 6'4" frame, something good could possibly happen.
Jenkins, a pair of goals so far this season. Again, Gonzalez, the hat trick with 3. The victory against Brescia over the course of the weekend. In total, 5 different goal scores for the Knights this year, and that one almost was a self-inflicted wound. Defender, ball off his leg, and he didn't miss that back post by much.
Not by much.
Player that got a boot on that was Femi Owadaleo, young man from Ontario. It's a largely international roster for this Aquinas program. Again, based in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Members of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Next ball sent in, and that is a goal.
What a great goal. Beautifully driven ball to the near post.
Valentin Newhold, freshman from Austria.
Beautifully driven ball to the near post, attacked that ball and drove it down to the ground right at the goalkeeper's feet to put it in the back of the net. What a great way to start the game.
Newhold had played in 6 of the 7 matches so far for Marian, and again split the defender.
What's really interesting here is that there was so much pushing and shoving going on at the back post. I think they were focused on Jenkins at that stage, so it opened up just that little seam of daylight.
Frankly, in my scouting report, I'd focus on Jenkins too, so I understand given the amount of goals he has scored over his collegiate career at a couple of different stops. So again, this Marian team, as Mark alluded to, has played 7 matches so far this year. That will be a corner, as Marian could not sweep that past the other side of the corner flag. Trotting out that way is Theo May, who has the goal scored this year for Aquinas.
Yeah, I mean, he's only been in practice for 2 days, so we'll see. He's probably got to get knock a little bit of the rust off. We'll see how he puts this corner kick in.
Low line drive. Marian got a foot to it first, then swept further away by Nate Van Koolen. He is one of the numerous Knights that now hails from Colorado Springs, Colorado. 6 players from that community have made their way to Marian's campus this year. That is as a result of the new associate head coach in Joe Schulman for this Marian program. Mark Castro, in his 2nd year leading the men's team, spent many years as the head coach in Dana Wesleyan. Schulman joins him here for year number 2.
So here we've got a goal kick here. We will see what this Marian team is going to do, how they're going to set this up. Getting to the second ball, I talk about this, I preach this every game, is so incredibly important. When you knock the big ball out of the box, you got to make sure you're getting your players around the second ball.
4 goalkeepers in the roster for Marian. That is Brendan Weiger, sophomore from Fishers High School, who has played the majority of minutes so far. He has appeared in 6 of the 7 previous matchups. He's allowed 5 goals. He's got 31 saves. Right now he is 11th in NAIA soccer in terms of saves on the season. Comes from quite the local soccer family as well.
Yes, he does.
Maybe not to the tune of the Capsalis level, but it's close. It's not far away.
Right.
Joe Lockey with the ball at his feet here for Aquinas. Of course, Mark and I saw the Aquinas women's program play in the NAIA regional here. All sent in. Bit of a whiff defensively. Nervous moment for Marian. Ane, again, one of those seniors that's taking advantage of the extra year as a result of playing through the pandemic a season ago. Quickly pounces on that to sweep it away. And then Tyler Pritchard will knock it forward.
So what I like right now about this Aquinas team is the way that they play east to west, knocking the ball from touchline to touchline, being very patient and deliberative, finding open feet. A little bit more directness coming out of the Marian team, keeping balls at their feet and knocking them forward and square. It's going to leave them susceptible to giving the ball up a little bit more. You can see they're having some challenging moments here in the midfield.
Ane launches it forward. Well, what a Leo, the player that got to it first. Italy, England, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Germany, Canada amongst the foreign nationalities represented on this Aquinas program.
That'll work. That's a
Looking
nice little
back
ball
post.
right there. Oh.
Couldn't control the left-footed touch that time, could Van Koolen. Good win along the back line by the Knights. That'll be off a Marian player. Last touch by Zach Quante, junior from St. Louis, Missouri. His Marian team played a handful of matches in the spring. They were not in position to qualify for the NAIA National Tournament. Majority of their matches played in the fall. Opportunity here for Aquinas.
Got to jockey him, keep him out. Good D. Nice patience shown there.
And a foul is going to be called. And that was the goal scorer in Valentin Newhold.
Yeah, Newhold did just a terrific job of just getting set, keeping his eye on a ball, keeping his eye on the center of the attacking player's gut there, not getting tricked into falling for a feint.
By the way, Austria, Germany, New Zealand, and Mexico, as well as Norway, the nationalities represented on this Marian University roster. Ane will sweep it back to one of his center backs. That's Tyler Pritchard. Again, part of the Colorado contingent for this Marian team. They opened their season with a pair of matches in Colorado. Both schools at the Division II variety. Ball sent in, and Weiger up to the challenge, which wasn't much of one on that ball. So goal for Marian coming just past the 60-second mark of this contest. Dylan Merchant, part of the group from Puebla, Mexico. His second season now as part of the program. Good looking ball here. Ane.
Head up, head up.
Likes to play it a little more wide. Awadaleo, good read and even a better play. Played it off a Marian Knight. Well done. We have called Awadaleo's name a lot tonight.
He's been busy on that left side.
6'3" defender from Shelburne, Ontario. Opportunity here.
Nicely done.
Ball taken away.
Gotta get numbers.
Left
Gotta get
foot
numbers.
by Gonzalez. Took the quick look, but obviously could not keep it on frame.
So we got to see Marian begin to identify a little bit more quickly, get numbers pushed forward. Intercepting balls like that gives them a great opportunity to spring an opportunity on goal.
Marian University Athletics, presented in part by the Hoosier Lottery. Did you know you're eligible, non-winning, $1 and $2 Hoosier Lottery scratch-offs? Could score up to $500 in second chance drawings. For a chance to win, head to HoosierLottery.com or download the app to enter. Please play responsibly. Aquinas has quickly steadied themselves after giving up the early goal. Looking back post here, and Weiger watches that one elevate up and over the bar.
So 19 there has got a terrific weapon in his left foot. I mean, he's a naturally left-footed player. We're talking about Bissasour. He just played that ball on a rope to the right side, creating a dangerous moment there for the goalkeeper.
I think I neglected to mention that France was also represented on the Aquinas roster. That is where Baptiste Bissasour is from Strasbourg. Giveaway by Marian. A blast on goal. Probably could have done more with that.
Yep, easy one to handle.
It's Jay Tollin, the man from Toronto. Just enough of a touch there. Couldn't spring it forward again. Awadaleo is the player on the scene to help squelch the activity for Marian, but it will be a throw-in just shy of the corner flag.
Yeah, I mean, this is a situation where in the midfield, because they're playing this compacted diamond in the midfield, or it's allowing some in the midfield, it's allowing their backs to get forward. I would have liked to have seen Tenorlo hold that ball just for an extra moment to allow his numbers to get forward.
Jenkins foul just outside of the box. Set piece time coming up here for Marian. This is just a pace or two outside of the 18. Sabanovic, Damir Sabanovic, the player that was guilty of the infraction. Damir, a junior from Grand Rapids, hometown product for this Aquinas program. Grand Rapids, a community with some tremendous small college athletic programs. Calvin College, the Division III level, just outside of town, Grand Valley State University.
Interesting spot for the goalkeeper, hugging that post. Okay, good.
Antonio Strasiotto, the goalkeeper, young man from Italy. He is a junior. It's Ane. that stands over it. Sends it in, good looking ball. Aquinas got ahead to it first. 50-50 opportunity. Poked back towards the midfield by the Saints.
Here, get it the other way, get it the other way.
Kent Bailey redirects it and finds Jenkins. Always a good alternative.
Nicely done.
Gonzalez stays on side. And that will be...
It's a corner.
Corner given. Well, Wadaleo had hoped that ball had deflected back off of Gonzalez. Yusuf Al-Masusi with the linesman Eric Burton giving him advice, saying nope, it was not the case. Take a look right here. Tough to tell.
And Jenkins showing great patience to play that ball into that end line player.
That's what his wise age gets him at this level.
That's right.
6 years of college soccer. Ball set in, not the ball that Marian was hoping for. And quickly rocketed away. With the linesman heading closer this way, head coach Luke Ruff gives him his opinion of whether that should have been a corner kick or a goal kick. That our field mics pick up. Luke's in his 3rd season at Aquinas, formerly an assistant coach at Saginaw Valley State. Spent some time at Northwood as well. 2 Division II programs elsewhere in the state of Michigan. Opportunity here on the counter. Great shoulder-to-shoulder contact by Merchant. You'll get away with that at most levels. He did there too.
Yep.
That blew up the opportunity for Mason Sills. Here's Pritchard. Pressure applied by Aquinas. Opportunity for the Saints. Quickly taken back away by the Knights. Frankly, after that goal, that may have quickly snapped kind of the ring rust off this Aquinas team. That may have gotten them back to focus again, having only played 1 time so far this year.
Yep.
Handball is the call against Marian.
Well, they're doing a great job of finding the gaps in the Marian defense. Even when the ball is being knocked around in the back here, as it is right now, their patience and their deliberateness is really paying off for them. They're maintaining possession and getting it forward just ever so slightly with each pass of the ball.
Bit of an errant touch by Bissesseur. Foul going to be called, and we'll stop the clock. This will be an immediate yellow that is shown. So first card of the match goes against Marian. Talon, the player that was fouled for Aquinas. And with the football markings, it's easy to see the distance. You're 45 yards out. You're not going for goal from this distance. However, an early yellow card. That goes against Kent Bailey, the junior from Zionsville. Standing over this one, Theo May, sophomore from London. See the lineup beginning at the edge of the 18. May sends it in. They were looking back post.
Get it down. Get
Marian
it down.
got there first, and Jenkins, normally playing much more forward, but as one of the more sizable players on the field, he retreats back defensively in a set-piece scenario. Ricochets that off of an oncoming Aquinas player for a Marian throw. And Talon going to be called for.
That's the right call.
Making contact with the back of the head inadvertently. Today's Marian University Athletic broadcast presented in part by AAA Roofing. When it rains, it pours, so trust the pros at AAA Roofing. That's who we call. Special thanks to Jim and Jerry Huntington and AAA Roofing for their support of Marian Athletics.
So this high pressure is confounding Marian. You're getting Aquinas to the ball before the Marian players are getting to the ball. They've got to maintain possession, and they've got to be able to move it from feet to feet more quickly to get out of trouble.
Good double by the Knights. Van Coolen able to track it down. Now launches Gonzalez forward, but he was playing 1v2. Stracciotto.
Here we go. Get numbers. You got numbers now, and make the magic happen.
Poked away.
That's it. Now the decision already has to be in mind to get the ball to midfield. The center of the park, right inside the center circle. You've got to move the ball around. Force Aquinas to run.
Good control touch by the Knights. Jenkins will hold things down the midfield. Gonzalez making the run, but Pass not exactly on target.
There we go.
Deft touch by Marian in the midfield. Overlapping run being made. Point to a spot. Ball goes to said spot. Trying to find Gonzalez. Doesn't get through. Little contact there. Not enough.
On your back, on your back. I hope he's being talked to out there.
Staying on side.
See, we're not getting numbers forward. That's a situation. That's where NAIA needs to be coming and taking that space, filling that gap, so he's closing off the valve.
Good hustle by Jasper Schinkel. Sophomore from the Netherlands. Raced over to at least force a throw in. Aquinas had been defending for a while. Ball goes all the way through, but Jenkins with the nudge.
Okay. I just saw the hand come up there. I wasn't sure if he knocked it down.
We were making all kind of jokes about James and the experience, a little old man crafty, just a little forearm.
Right. He's forgotten experiences that these guys haven't even had yet.
We joked that he came over from Liverpool with the Beatles before the broadcast. Jenkins is a heck of a player.
Yep.
And again, I have no problem with any of these young men that went through what they did a year ago to try to play their, sport that they love while still taking classes. If everybody gets an extra year because of that, hey, all the better.
That's right. Ooh, tough one. Handled it well.
Jenkins draws the foul. Tall on the player that deemed to have committed the infraction. This is the first of a busy couple of days for us at the ISC Sports Network here on the Marian University campus. The women's team, national semifinalists from a season ago, national runners-up the year prior. They're 6-1 on the season. They're in action tomorrow against Northwestern Ohio. Coverage begins at 3 o'clock. Opportunity here. To the edge of the 18, Owadaleo. Quickly skies it. Quanti then wins it for Marian. Knocked forward by Bailey.
Get a foot on that. Use your body. Use your body.
Alan Tenorio, one of the new faces for Marian. Freshman from Puebla, Mexico, tracks it down.
Nice.
Possession starting to tilt back.
Somebody's got to check in. We're playing so right side dominant this Marian team. You got to get people on the off side of the ball checking into the center circle to receive it to relieve that pressure.
Now May will knock it forward. Good looking run here, but Weiger read it immediately.
Push him forward. Push him forward.
Weiger will take his time to drift back over it. He'll give his players a breathe and let everybody reset from a formational standpoint. Good pressure applied here. Couldn't keep it in play. That was Sills. Second time we have called his name. He is a freshman. And the vast majority of the young men that hail from Michigan on this team are hometown products from Grand Rapids. Another throw-in coming to follow for the Knights.
So we talked about how Aquinas, it looks like they've shaken off some of that rust. They've been effective from their back third to the middle third. Once they put it together in the attacking third, then it really turns into something special. But they've really got a nice, they've really done a nice job of holding the ball in the midfield here and in the back.
Ball sent in. Bailey got there first for Marian. Good win in the midfield by Aquinas. Through ball that didn't get all the way through.
Boy, Jenkins really has to drop back far for that. And he's telling him to play on.
Not enough in it, says Youssef El Masusi. The double by on A.
Get it down. Ooh.
Not the clearance.
Got to get the ball on the ground. Oh, trouble.
Mistake there. Ball knocked forward, but Weiger got big.
Nice patience by Weiger coming out and standing firm, letting the shooter take the ball into his body.
Understand why you try to play that back with your head so your keeper can play with his hands, but he was playing far enough back. That was Schinkel that time on the shot.
He did a good job of facing Schinkel and just taking the ball in his body. Get it down.
Good read that time by Marian's Newhold, our goal scorer in tonight's match. Sabanovich couldn't hang on to it. Now Quanti. Gonzalez.
Run it down.
Plays it across. Opportunity.
That'll work.
Owadaleo got just
And whack
ahead
it.
to it. Left foot.
Nice shot, nice save.
Tremendous save by Strasiotto.
Whoa. Really got a piece of that with what it looked like was his left foot, driving it to the near post.
Any goalkeeper from Italy, I would say Gigi Buffon would be proud of his efforts.
I'm sure he watched Gigi when he was a young boy.
Oh, has watched him his entire life because that's how long Gigi has been playing at this juncture. I'm sure he loved the results of the Euros this summer. To the starting netminder for Aquinas. And you hear the instructions from the Marian bench. They want Quanti tucked inside that near post. Give a little bit of a screen to Strasiotto. Jenkins lurking back post. Ball didn't make it all the way through. Merchant couldn't dial the bicycle. It's because Lockie was hustling on the play. And we play on. Pittock will knock it forward. Deflected off a Marian defender. Pittock, young man from Brighton.
Slow him down. Got to slow him down. Good D.
Well done at the back defensively by Andrea Cicchini. Another Italian on this Aquinas squad.
Now let's get it going the other way. Got to move the ball a little bit more quickly, wider, get it the other way. We're just playing the ball right back into pressure there.
Jenkins the giveaway. That Quanti was going to come to him. Again, shoulder to shoulder by Tenorio. Second battle won by Aquinas.
Close the ball, close. Good job. They've got a really young back four, and they've got to step back in the midfield to cover them a little bit.
Right idea in the ball, a little too much on it. After the opening 60 seconds, it has been very evenly played since that time. Bissessor with a left foot. That took a deflection off a Marian defender. Ane hustling towards it, can't track it down. Second corner of the match coming for Aquinas here at the midway point of half number one. Today's match on the ISC Sports Network is presented in part by Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, proud partner of the Marian University Knights.
Got to pick up. You've got a scrum of three right at the top of the 18 in the center.
Ball sent in. Marian got there first. Gonzalez got there next.
Get it down.
Gonzalez to avoid one Aquinas player. Now trying to shield off another, and Owadaleo trips up Gonzalez. And Gonzalez back from a season ago. Aquinas does have a player awaiting to be waved on when given the opportunity. Milan Hoefnagels, sophomore from the Netherlands. Jenkins, deemed to have caused the contact, immediately offers a hand up to Owadaleo. Quick restart here for Aquinas. Schinkel trying to switch the sides of the attack.
Got to get out there and just hold it. Hold it. There we go.
Ball sent in towards the 6.
Good job. Played a ball that was not dangerous.
Booted away by Ane.
That's it. Head up. Got to let your outside back get around.
Gonzalez trying to find Jenkins. Van Coolen.
What you don't want to do as a Marian player is contribute to Jenkins' fatigue by giving him balls or trying to get him balls that he's not going to be able to do anything with. They've got to be quality balls. We're starting to see some of the Marian players, the backs and the outside midfielders overlap trying to get into the attack. That's the idea, to try and stretch out this Aquinas team. There we go. Fine
by
feet.
Quanti.
There we go. Oh.
Staying on side is Van Coolen.
Head up, head up. Listen for Jenkins. Listen for him.
Gonzalez knocks it forward, but needed to make the turn on that one.
Yeah, I think he and Jenkins, they had something going there. They knew where one another was.
Offside flag was up. Pritchard will be able to buy a little extra yardage here and walk that, well, another 10 yards as the flag was up from Abdou Ben Salah on the far sideline.
Quick, fine feet.
Nice give and go here.
Yeah, it was. Get it down.
Jenkins. Tenorio. Good switch the attack to Ane. He's got two runners to his left right now, trying to find one of them. Owadaleo got there first. Jenkins. Tough angle. Quickly closed. Tries to play the cross. Gonzalez couldn't get to it. And the carom just a step off from what Van Coolen would be able to do with it. This reminder, fans, joining the M Club is the absolute best way to support student athletes at Marian University. For more information, visit marian.edu/mclub. Counter opportunity here for the Saints. Bissasour. Sliding tackle away by Marian. Haven't seen a goal in 25 minutes, but not exactly been a lack of activity. It's been up and down soccer on the cross. Didn't miss by much. But I think the offside flag was up, perhaps again. Quick substitution. Hoofnagels has entered. Mason Sills will have a seat. Sabatovich.
Good. And counter. Get numbers. Counter. Jenkins a little worn out here. You see him behind the play, which is uncharacteristic of him. Can you hold it, let Jenkins get into a spot?
Gonzalez making a diagonal run.
Look at the other side.
Jenkins slides.
Nicely threaded ball.
Quanti trying to find a teammate and puts it behind Gonzalez. Gonzalez is heading towards the back post.
Threaded that needle nicely.
With some numbers committed forward, opportunity going the other way. Bailey got to it first for Marian. Van Coolen will make the turn. Right as coach was saying, keep the ball. Ball was sent elsewhere. For Marian, is one more non-conference clash. And that's a foul. Hoofnagels knew he was beat. Gave the foul. Certainly not card worthy, but a tactical foul there. And this schedule looks what every schedule for Marian has looked like up until last year. That is basically you play about half your matches as non-conference matches. Then you play a full 9-game single round robin in your league. So after tonight, one more non-conference match, and then it is all about Crossroads League play for the Knights.
Well, this has been a good warm-up for them. I think they found themselves a little, from what I understand in a conversation I had with Coach. They've gone through a couple different systems here, now finally settling on 4 in the back, 4 in midfield to give themselves the most attacking options. But they've been through a 4-3-3. They've been through a 3-5-2, but now they're settling into 4-4-2 very nicely.
You want to have that answer by the time conference play rolls around.
Yeah.
Another player for Aquinas is queuing up, getting ready to enter the match. Jake Ireland. At the next stoppage in play will be waved on. Marian has yet to use a substitution. 30 minutes in to half number 1. We're monitoring the action on the field. We're monitoring the weather off the field as well. Hopefully we get the full 90 in tonight. Bailey. Attended Zionsville High School. Zionsville, a past state champion.
Uh-oh.
Giveaway here. Opportunity. Bissessor. May. Trying to get an angle to shoot. He finds one, but got deflected by his own. I thought it was his own teammate, but the defenders, the referee says no. It was off a Marian defender. So corner number 3 of the match coming for Aquinas. Sabanovich exiting temporarily for the Saints. Once again, it's May that goes to the opposite corner flag.
This ball's going to swing out. They need to make sure that they're picking up players here.
Good service. This could get a header on target. Great first touch for Ireland just entering the match. Put that all the way across the edge of the 6. May blasts it off a Marian player, and right back to the corner flag they go.
So Marian goes zone in the back on these corner kicks, and I think that's kind of interesting. If I'm Coach Ruff, I'm making a note of that. And I'm driving balls into the near post as opposed to trying to float them in the back. See if you can throw that zone off a bit.
Our only goal this match so far has been of the corner variety. Bit of a misread there by Marian, leads to an opportunity. The edge of the 18 and an Adam ball. Weiger never had to move an inch to smother that one.
Did a good job.
This is the part where I tell the folks watching from Michigan, or maybe families that are new to Marian soccer, my partner knows of what he speaks when it comes to soccer in general, but especially the goalkeeper position. Played collegiately at the University of Massachusetts and on the staff of Bruce Arenas at University of Virginia. He was just dropping names like Shep Messing randomly in stories before the broadcast began. Like I wouldn't know who that was. I'm like, come on, the Cosmos. Early days of soccer television. Everybody knows who Shep Messing is.
He was a special breed. Still is a special breed, I should
Hasn't
say.
changed 40 years later.
Yeah. The only thing that's changed about him is he's got quite a bit less hair. He's walking around with basically sporting a chrome dome now.
Tallon with the opportunity, and Weiger's last save, reminiscent of that save. Just scoop it up. Everything there but the final touch right now for Aquinas. And again, that's part of having a layoff, and that's the difference in Marian. This is match 8. For Aquinas, this is match 2. And 2 matches postponed due to COVID-19 concerns. And last year, you could play your league in the fall if you wished, which is what the Crossroads League did. But the national tournament was in the spring. This year, the traditional fall calendar at the NAIA level. Ball sent in. And Kula.
Start over here.
Quanti, excuse me.
That's it. Cycle it that way now. You got to get it to the flanks. They're going to push you back. If you keep it at the center of the park like that, the opponent's just going to push you back, push you back. You've got to utilize the touch lines.
Tenorio to Jenkins. That turf monster got him.
Yeah, that's a fatigue monster talking to you.
Diagonal ball here. Opportunity, Merchant back defensively. Schinkel looking to make the turn, and that's a great win for Merchant. Well done defensively by the sophomore.
Yeah, their backs. I mean, it's such a young group playing in the back from their defenders to their goalkeeper. You're talking about freshmen and sophomores, which is a good thing as you look ahead because they're going to be able to have reliable seasoned guys as they move forward. They're sowing their oats here today.
Let's thank our friends at BSN. BSN Sports, the preferred provider of apparel for Marian University Athletics. Another win in the midfield. Tallon. Bissessor able to slide it through. Hoofnagels.
Good job of getting back to his feet.
Through ball here for May. May the blast, and again, Merchant gotten away. Corner number 5 coming up for Aquinas. Marian's got a pair of players ready to enter with given the opportunity. Kyle Barber and Jack Blair await.
They're accumulating these corner kicks. It worries me because they're pretty dangerous from this set piece.
At the edge of the 6. Gonzalez got there for Marian.
And they're picking up the second ball, so they're putting it back into the mixer, getting that extra opportunity.
Here's a blast that, again,
well handled.
Virtually every ball that has been hit towards Weiger, other than the save he made when he had to close the angle on the bad pass back his direction. Everything else has largely been atom balls so far tonight.
Well, what's going to happen, though, it's ultimately going to draw these Marian defenders out, which is that'll create some gaps inside the 18, which could lead to a pass into the box or a deflected shot into the box that a Aquinas player can pick up.
Marian has spent the last few minutes seemingly playing backwards.
Yeah, defensive city here.
Take away in the midfield. Bissessor gives it a blast, and I assume that was a shot that turned into nearly a fantastic pass. Ends up doing nothing for Aquinas. You've referenced kind of the fatigue factor for Jenkins a couple of times. He's going to exit stage left. Be back for half number 2.
Subbing in for the night,
Placed
number
by
4,
Blair.
Jack Blair, number 19,
Freshman
Kyle
from
Barber.
Castle Rock, Colorado. Now Kyle Barber, freshman from Carmel. He replaces the goal scorer in Valentine Newhold. Marian had a corner 15 seconds in and had a second corner that led to an immediate goal. It has very much been an even match since that time, and the last 10 minutes have been tilted in favor of the visitors from Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you, it doesn't matter when you get the goal, you just got to get it. So if this holds up, I'm sure that Marian will be counting their lucky stars, but man, they are under immense pressure right now.
Marian switches sides of the attack on A.
So this is the right idea, switching the ball, force Aquinas into the sprint to chase it down. But you can't keep it at your feet and let him close you down.
Well done by Pritchard.
Move it, got to move it.
Quancy.
That's exactly right. And that means passing the ball across the length of the park in order to get the Aquinas team to shift. Make him dizzy. Make him go east to west.
First touch for Blair tonight's an errant one. Tenorio.
Tenorio has had a number of touches on the ball tonight. If we were keeping tabs on how many touches each individual player had, I'm sure he'd have to be at the top of that list.
Clock is on your screen. Obviously, we count down in college soccer. No added or extra time. Had one stoppage of the clock for a yellow card. Foul called against the Knights. Bissessor with the restart. Tommy Cooper awaits to enter when given the opportunity, and unfortunately an errant touch by Ireland could not keep it in play. Cooper, a junior from San Francisco.
Subbing in for the Knights, number 28, Tommy Cooper. For number 10,
Van Coolen will exit. have to ask these young men that are from Colorado Springs how they like the new stadium that the Switchbacks are playing in. Apparently it's good for goal scoring because Haji Berry of the Switchbacks has 21 goals in 23 matches in the USL Championship this year. Flag should go up here. There it is. Hoofnagels, whether it was feet, meters, whatever we call our measuring system versus, metric system, he was offside.
Yeah.
By a ways. Marian letting a little time elapse here. Now Gonzalez kind of on Striker's Island right now. Nobody close to him. Owodaleo plays that off of Gonzalez. This is one of the rare times the ball has been in this end of the park in a while. Another opportunity for Aquinas. Ireland, 2 runners to choose from in front of him, and a third enters the picture. He's not have a chance really to get it to any of them. This is May. Now Talon to Schinkel. Good build up here. Ball sent across, and that will take the absolute right bounce from Marian. I thought for sure that was going to be a corner. Ball hit the turf. He's kind of spun and checked up. And it leads to a foul and a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card for the Knights.
Yeah, I thought that was really a great job on the part of Pritchard to step in front of the Aquinas player. He forced that foul. Nicely done. Forces the foul. Gets a dead ball situation. Burn a little bit more time off the clock. Hopefully get into halftime with this 1-0 lead.
Pritchard, one of the many new faces on this Marian roster.
Yeah, Coach Castro's really high on him. He thinks he's a kid that's really going to turn into something very, very special for this team. He thinks he's already special, but just some maturing that needs to happen as a freshman holding down the center of the park in the back like that.
Tenorio. Got turned over, and he is kind of clutching an ankle behind the play. Marian playing on. Tenorio now back up. Bissessor got in the way of that service to the top of the 18. But Ane will track it down as we approach the ball. 3-minute mark, and that's going to be a foul. To Ane's credit, he kept playing, but enough contact there where it draws the immediate whistle as Schinkel whistled for the foul.
Give it. One more. Trouble.
And the restart for Ane did not need to be quick there.
Got to get numbers. Got to get numbers. They're playing the ball into their front runners. They're doing a nice job of finding their front runners, but they typically have 2 guys on them, so you've got to have a release valve.
Marian University Soccer on ISC, presented in part by Indianapolis Credit Union. Proud to support Marian University. They now offer a Marian University Knights debit card. The card is included when you open a free IMCU checking account. Get your Marian University Knights debit card and show your support. Visit any IMCU branch or sign up online now at imcu.com. Thanks to our friends at IMCU. We support Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network as well. And when I'm doing other types of soccer, Mark, I am as eager to tell you about opening up an Indy 11 debit card at IMCU. I got all the bases covered.
Sounds good.
Under 2 minutes left to go.
On your back, on your back.
Just let him play on, and then gives the late whistle. That was Blair that he and Bissessor got tangled up. Was a slow developing foul, but I think the right call. Merchant. Cooper. Couldn't get to it for Marian. Pittock will knock that ball to midfield, and there's bit of a misstep by the Knights, and Pritchard. Opportunity here. But 4 defenders behind the ball.
Hold him out there. Deny this cross. No cross. Good.
Good speed to close that one out by Marian.
But a corner, and here we are, 52 seconds left in the half with a corner kick. Really have to be smart with your defending. If you're going to stick with the zone, fine, but you need to make sure your eyes are up and you're looking for a player. Don't give them a free pass into the 6.
And if you're Aquinas, you can take some chances. You're playing the clock here, too. You can throw a lot of numbers forward here, trying to nick a goal before halftime. Another
danger
good
ball.
Service.
Nicely
Goes
played
up
ball.
and
That was
over
dangerous.
Up and over the bar. And the service has been really good for Aquinas.
Yeah, it worries me. I mean, they're getting plenty of chances with these corner kicks. They may thread the needle on one of them if it keeps coming in the second half like this.
10,
Cooper did
9,
just
8,
enough
7,
to throw that one off.
6,
and as Weiger
5,
sends this one to
4,
midfield, you hear
3,
the voice of Mitch Huppert
2,
behind us.
1.
That is the end of festivities for half number 1.
At the half,
We played
Pittsburgh Knights
a
1,
minute and about
Aquinas
5
0.
seconds before our only goal of the half. It has been on level footing, if not favored, towards the visitors since that time. But on the scoreboard, the home team, the Marian Knights, have a 1-goal lead. Take this quick timeout. Halftime show comes your way next as you're watching Marian University Men's Soccer on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Marian University is like a home to me.
Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
The new loaded scratch-offs from the Hoosier Lottery are heavy. With 4 exciting games jam-packed with fun. And top prizes up to $2,000. Play the new loaded scratch-offs today, only from the Hoosier Lottery. Imagine that.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business over 35 years. I'm here with Joe Polizzi to talk emergency services. Now, Joe, when I set my house on fire with a toaster, you were actually in my yard before the firefighters left.
Well, Pat, I remember that call like it was yesterday, and although I was disappointed that it was yours, I was happy that I was going to be able to provide some assistance.
You know, this true story, a firefighter actually told me I needed to call someone for emergency services, kind of obvious, and I told him Michaelis was on the way. He said, great, because they're the real deal. Joe, now what do you do in these situations when you show up?
Well, we try to be a calming influence, and we try to find out what the needs are of the family. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's desires are different. What we try to do is match what we could provide with what they need and do it very smoothly.
I've lived it. If you find yourself needing emergency restoration service in the wake of a fire, flood, or storm, give the Michaelis Corporation a call anytime, 24/7, 844-FIX-INDY.
Is your building haunted or infested with icky snakes? Then tear it down. The Raised Trash Demolition Squad can flatten buildings up to 3 stories tall. Whether it's a commercial or residential structure, the Raised Trash Demo experts will make it go boom. And with their roll-off containers, they'll haul away the mess quicker than you can say, hey, there used to be a building there. Bring your old fire trap to its knees with Raised Trash.
RaisedTrash.com.
Raised Trash.
Thanks to our wonderful ISC Sports Network crew, Jordan Shute, Jake Morris, and the rest of the gang that are here tonight, alongside Mark Newman, Greg Rakestraw. Those clouds are the one you have to worry about. That's looking east and southeast. It's the ones behind us the other direction. We're a little concerned about. A quick check of the radar. Fingers crossed we get the full 90 in tonight. Marian, a 1-goal lead at halftime. Mark, your thoughts on the opening 45?
Well, that early goal has been to the great benefit of these Marian Knights. I tell you, I think what Aquinas might think about as they're talking through what we want to do in the second half, they had success with high pressure. I think they're going to bring high pressure back. And they also did a nice job of neutralizing the midfield of Marian. What Marian needs to do to counter that high pressure is to really keep their shape, that diamond shape in the midfielder. Right now it's getting flat. So the guy with the ball has 3 midfielders behind him, and they're not getting into space to help him with the pressure relief. So you've got to maintain that diamond shape and get into these open spots in order to create the pressure valves. The other thing that I'm going to tell you is don't have Jenkins running box to box. Plant him in the center circle forward so he becomes your dangerous guy, your reliable guy. He plays a great ball, and he is so dangerous when he's got the ball at his feet in goal-scoring opportunities.
He was playing almost kind of more of a holding mid at times in the first half, and you're saying, stay up top, be a center target.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you even made a comment in the first half. Jenkins all the way back in the defending third of the team. He can't be there. I understand it because he's a reliable defensive player too.
Let's take a look at this big picture. Again, there were a handful of matches for Marian on the men's side in the course of the spring, but not to the importance or extent as the women's program that made it all the way to the national semifinals down in Alabama. So this is the first chance that you and I have had to see the Marian men really in almost 11 months, kind of like the end of October. A lot of new faces, some key returnees like Weiger, Jenkins, Ane, Merchant, Gonzalez, but again, a lot of other new guys that are out there. What are the improvements that you see in this Marian team compared to a season ago?
Well, they've just got more technically capable players than they did last year. I think the system that they're playing right now with those 4 diamond-shaped midfielders in the center of the park, that's a smart move because you don't necessarily want your best 11 soccer players on the field at a time. You want your best 11 players who can play as a team on the soccer field at a time. And I think Coach Castro has figured that out. The early going where they had their legs underneath them, where fitness wasn't an issue, they came out on fire. But now, with some of the fatigue starting to settle in, you're seeing Aquinas get at him a little bit.
Let's talk about Aquinas. Obviously, we're a Marian broadcast. Let's acknowledge, though, impressive play by the visitors, especially considering they've only played 1 match this year, had to postpone their last 2 due to COVID concerns. And again, looked a little shaky at the start with Marian getting that early goal. Frankly, for a large chunk of the play since that time, they've been the better team. Yep. So if you're head coach Luke Ruff, what's your message to your guys?
I'm saying, you guys, you are set defensively and in the midfield. You're dominating the midfield. Defense playing in a very stout defense right now. The attacking piece is going to come. What I'm going to say is let's capitalize on these corner kick opportunities. These dead ball opportunities have our names written all over them. If Marian is going to continue to give up the corner kick or a free kick outside the 18, these are goal-scoring opportunities for Aquinas to capitalize on.
We'll take this quick timeout. When we come back, we will look forward to tomorrow's match that Mark and I will have at 3 in the afternoon. Again, fingers crossed, weather forecast is looking good for tomorrow afternoon as a cold front comes through. Again, the Marian women's team, brand new head coach, former assistant coach, and Coach Sullivan, but a lot of key pieces back, like the all-time leading goal scorer, and she's only a junior at Marian, Erin Alexak. They'll take on Northwestern Ohio tomorrow. We'll talk about that when we come back. 1-0, the men lead Aquinas as you're watching Marian University Soccer here on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The new loaded scratch-offs from the Hoosier Lottery are heavy. With 4 exciting games jam-packed with fun. And top prizes up to $2,000. Play the new loaded scratch-offs today, only from the Hoosier Lottery. Imagine that.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. They've been in business over 35 years. I'm here with Joe Polizzi to talk emergency services. Now, Joe, when I set my house on fire with a toaster, you were actually in my yard before the firefighters left.
Well, Pat, I remember that call like it was yesterday, and although I was disappointed that it was yours, I was happy that I was going to be able to provide some assistance.
You know, this true story, a firefighter actually told me I needed to call someone for emergency services, kind of obvious, and I told him Michaelis was on the way. He said, great, because they're the real deal. Joe, now what do you do in these situations when you show up?
Well, we try to be a calming influence, and we try to find out what the needs are of the family. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's desires are different. What we try to do is match what we could provide with what they need and do it very smoothly.
I've lived it. If you find yourself needing emergency restoration service in the wake of a fire, flood, or storm, give the Michaelis Corporation a call anytime, 24/7, 844-FIX-INDY.
The minute I stepped foot on campus, I didn't want to leave.
Everyone here is about helping you succeed.
It's hard work, but it's totally worth it.
I have so much support from my advisors.
The nursing program is why I chose Marian.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
I'm a business major.
My professors really challenge me, and I know I'll be ready for my career.
A great education is the best thing you could ever do for yourself.
Marian University, an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Marian University Knights Athletics on the ISC Sports Network, presented in part by Miller Transportation. Family owned and operated since the 1930s and proud partners of the Knights. Miller has facilities located in Indianapolis, Louisville, and Columbus, Ohio. Miller specializes in transportation for collegiate professional sports groups, both school groups, corporate travel, weddings, private charters, bourbon tours, and more. The Miller fleet consists of 56 passenger motor coaches, air-conditioned school buses, trolleys, executive shuttle buses, Mercedes Sprinter vans, SUVs, and Cadillac sedans. To request a quote, call 317-244-8599 or go online to millertransportation.com. Mark and I are back tomorrow afternoon. We see the Marian women's program, and how about the stretch they are on? First of all, they have won 6 consecutive games. Their victory over the course of the weekend, or last week I should say rather, was against number 8 Central Methodist out of St. Louis. They play 24th ranked Northwestern Ohio tomorrow. It is the second of 5 consecutive games against ranked competition. But then again, given the caliber and recent history of this Marian women's team, it's exactly what they need to be doing.
Yeah, I think they want that kind of a challenge going into conference play, then going into tournament play. I mean, I think they left the tournament a little earlier than they had anticipated they would last season, so this gives them an opportunity to be match ready, tournament ready when the time comes.
Madison Deckard, 8 goals for Marian. Aaron Alexak, 6 goals and 4 assists so far for Marian. And the last goal that Aaron had, she passed her teammate from the last 2 years in Chloe Ulmer. Aaron Alexak has 47 goals in basically the equivalent of about 2 1/3 seasons that she has played here at Marian University. Oh, and by the way, in track and field, she's like a 10-time All-American and 2-time national runner-up at this point of her career.
Yeah, you know, she's one of those once-in-a-generation athletes that come to your athletic department and create a legendary name for themselves. Now, she has some good genes. She has some legendary
Dad's
in
in
her.
the record book, too, from a men's soccer standpoint.
But, boy, she is just so exciting to watch. You know, the thing that I remember most about her in just marveling at her play, and I said it last season too, the ball seems like it's an extension of her foot. She just moves so smoothly, weaving through players, finding finding shot opportunities and really producing great results for herself and her teammates.
And again, that is an afternoon matinee tomorrow at 3. It is actually the beginning of a doubleheader that we have tomorrow. When we're done with women's soccer, we will head inside the PE Center. We'll have Marian University women's volleyball for you as Marian takes on St. Francis. Rob Connett joins me for that. I should have asked Mrs. Newman. She was the college volleyball player kept in the family. I apologize for that. Anyway, Marian women's volleyball tomorrow night at 7 o'clock as they take on St. Francis. Marian's women's team in volleyball 2 years ago, the national champions, and they are 12-0 to start the year this year. We'll take this 90-second timeout when we come back. Second half action from St. Vincent Field. Marian 1, Aquinas 0. We return after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 1.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to raystrash.com.
raystrash.com.
Ray's Trash.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12. You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest fan. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.
Let's thank the remainder of our great ISC Sports Network crew. Thank you to Dennis Glover, Becca Kelly, Aaron Scheibelhut, and Colby Holmes this evening, helping bring our signal to you. Thanks to all of you watching on ISC TV across the state of Indiana, as well as ISCSportsNetwork.com and our various social media channels. Alongside Mark Newman, Greg Rakestraw with you. From a coverage standpoint, plan is to be here for one more men's soccer match in October, another women's soccer match again coming up tomorrow. But any of the conference tournament matches that are hosted here in November, we will also be here to bring coverage of those matches to you on ISC. Of course, we have every home football game and several big volleyball matches as well. In fact, we have added next Wednesday's likely kind of predictor as to who's going to win the conference tournament in the Crossroads League. Indiana Wesleyan and Marian. It's next Wednesday, September the 22nd. Rob Connett, Gene Kesterson will have the call of that one for you. So once again, we are thrilled to be partnering with Marian University yet again, and doing so in an expanded fashion to bring you as much coverage of as many various sports as possible. You may hear the bells in the background. 8 o'clock is the local time. And again, weather will be here at some point, but we are hoping that we can get in 45 minutes, have a result, get everybody out of here safely for a round of storms hits here in the greater Indianapolis area. What are you looking for here in the opening few moments, Coach?
Well, it's Marian's ball at kickoff, but if it turns over quickly, I'm going to expect a pretty quick counter and then high pressure out of this Aquinas team.
Theo May. He has the only goal in a match and a half so far for Aquinas this year. Plays that ball backward, and underway we are in half number 2. Outlet for Tenorio. Able to walk the tightrope with a touchline. You referenced technical skill at halftime about this roster. That is on display for Tenorio for sure.
Yeah.
And then Gonzalez is fouled on the distribution. Restart a quick one for Marian. Tried to catch Aquinas napping. They did not. Newhold, the goal scorer, 6th different goal scorer this year for the Knights. on the restart. Now Jenkins.
Who we got?
Plays it all the way out wide to Ane. Ane will steer it right back towards the frame, but clearly pushes that one past his intended target. Build up there, but nothing to scare the starting netminder in Strasiotto. You saw our highlight package at halftime. There has been one or two brilliant saves made in this match. He had one of them. The blast from the edge of the 18. Sills back in there after being subbed out midway through the half. Plays it off right side for Pittock.
Got to play that ball into his pace as opposed to having him stop for it.
Pittock, play to the side by Valentin Newhold.
Nice shoulder feint.
.50 ball that is carried across the touchline, and it'll remain Aquinas ball.
Can he get around the corner? Nice little split.
Sills.
Easily taken care of. Get it down.
Great move to split to defenders, just not the distribution he was hoping for.
Yeah.
Tenorio puts his hand up and says, hey, my fault on the pass forward. A whiff that time by Bailey. He's the only player playing on a card, by the way. Picked up that yellow early in the half.
Got to get out there. Got to contain this player.
Tallon. This is Soar. Back to Tallon.
That's it. Turn and burn. Here we go.
Giveaway.
Got to get numbers. Throw numbers forward.
Jenkins a giveaway. Errant pass by Jenkins. Merchant. Didn't clear that the way he had hoped.
Nice little cutback.
But it ends up working just the same.
Newhold did a great job there with that ball, getting it out.
Opportunity here.
Stay with him. Deny this ball.
To the edge of the 6. The cross is blocked. That was Pritchard. Yet again, another corner coming. I believe this is number 7 for the match for Aquinas. The turnovers are adding up and getting closer to the 18 for Marian. May to steer it in. Floating to the edge of the 6. Awadaleo was the target. Finally, Gonzalez will knock it back to midfield. Van Koolen is there, has a 1v2. Couldn't win the 1v1.
Well, he brought that ball down nicely.
Cicchini plays it in.
Man on you.
Follows up.
You gotta have some spatial awareness around you. You know, Newhold, for all the good things that he's done, you got to be able to pick your head up and see who's closing you down so you don't put the ball into trouble. That's just it's an error of youth. It's a thing that you do as a freshman. He'll figure it out. But that's really an important piece.
May again from the near side corner flag. Headed down, and that's why you put a defender inside the post.
Exactly right.
That was Ane.
Knock it away.
Another dangerous ball that Jenkins got to. Then Ane clears it.
Boy, this Aquinas team is knocking on the door right now. Good turn.
That's a hold. Yep. It was a good turn because Bissessor had a fistful of jersey to help him make that turn.
Yep.
And again, I can tell you that our match referee is a very good one. He works as a linesman / 4th official at the USL Championship level, so it's going to be a well-officiated match tonight. Merchant will play it back to Weiger.
Aquinas applying this high pressure. You see Schenkel stepping up. They're closing down these passing lanes. It's forcing Marian into turnovers.
Sabanovic.
Slow him. Got to get out there. Contain.
Sabanovic gives it a go, and off the head of Merchant. You've heard it before. Corner kick coming for Aquinas. If the pitch was tilted towards the end of the half, it is absolutely downhill right now in favor of the Saints.
I think you might be right, my friend.
May sends it in, and that's his first bad delivery of the night when you've literally had 9 of them. One of them is bound to go wrong.
Yep.
But frankly, one of them at some point will go in as well, given the opportunities that Aquinas continues to have.
Very true. I mean, you know, much different than the other 8 kicks that he's taken. I think he tried to chip that, place that into the center of the box.
Possession very short-lived for Marian.
It's that high pressure in the midfield that's forcing turnovers left and right.
But that's a rare nothing ball there for Aquinas.
Yeah. Well, what Aquinas has done pretty well, I mean, we saw an earlier square ball played over about a 20, 25-yard distance. That's another instance of a square ball that's sort of going into nowhere. They've been successful because they've split these Marian players with these little angled balls that are timed very nicely for the Aquinas player to run onto.
Weiger took about 25 seconds off the clock and how he handled that distribution. Wise beyond his years as a sophomore. By your defenders a little bit of oxygen.
Got to get there. Speed differential here.
Pittock makes the turn, edge of the 6. And quickly volleyed away by Pritchard.
I think that really exposed a difference on this right flank here. There's a real difference in speed. Tenorio just doesn't have the pace that that Pittock does.
Now Jenkins finds a teammate. Gonzalez had to kind of run back to get onside. It's an errant, lengthy ball for the Knights, but you can handle a real estate ball right now.
Yeah.
Just to get yourself out of that back third. Miscue by May. The throw in coming for the Knights just past the midfield stripe.
Here we go.
Tonight's game presented in part by Raise Trash, a proud partner of Marian University. RaiseTrash.com, 317-539-2024.
One more, got to move it. One more. Yeah, now you got to bring it back. They're closing you down. Check to this ball. Good. Nice job by Tenorio, checking to that ball. Yep.
Well, what a layout. Last to touch that for Aquinas. To be a foul. Van Koolen. Marian will take a little more time here.
Yeah, you know, if this is me, I'm actually playing this ball down the line if they're thinking that way. Try and open up this group of defenders. Well, they're not going to do that now. He's going to float it into the back post.
Quickly chested down. Tenorio will settle.
Have a dig. And splits him, but he's got nobody. Unlucky.
Here comes the counter. It's a 2v3. Schinkel.
Contain. Good job.
Push to the right side.
That's a great save.
Again, he made one big deflection in half number 1. Maybe his best effort of the night.
Yeah, you know, Pritchard and Newholt, they did a great job there of containing, and then you had Pritchard go down on the ball, gave Newholt time to get back behind it.
Another giveaway in midfield. This is Sills. He gives it a go and steered it wide. The opportunities coming in fast and furious fashion for the visitors from Grand Rapids.
The pressure is making all the difference. It's turned to total dominance in the midfield, forcing turnovers that are resulting in balls to Aquinas' feet, and then Aquinas showing enough patience to allow their midfielders to get around into attacking postures to give them numbers up situations. Second ball here, second ball.
Jenkins tried to draw the foul, didn't get it.
Got to get this down. That's it.
Tenorio couldn't hang on to it.
Good turnover here.
Ane won that back for Marian. Now Gonzalez.
Now go at him. And split him. Slip him into space.
Had a good run going.
You had Jenkins, who was just naked on the far right side. Just a little slip of the ball against pressure.
And just enough by Pritchard. Just to throw off the timing of that play and give Weiger time to make the read.
These defenders are earning their paychecks right now, so to speak. Keep it in.
Which
on your back
deemed to have happened, and then Newhold takes a tumble. Schinkel commits the violation. Marian has been sitting on this 1-goal lead for now 55 minutes. Just past the 1-minute mark. Newhold got the only goal of this match.
Check into the... Not getting players to check into the center circle. A lot of real estate, underutilized.
The pressure by Gonzalez.
Back to him.
Nice. Finds Jenkins. Tenorio his target.
Got to use your body.
That'll be a throw in for Marian. Coach Castro's team trying to potentially grind out a 1-0 victory tonight. The last game against Brescia, the most goals they have scored in a match this season at 4. Only other 1-0 victory was against Colorado Christian.
Play.
The NCAA Division II ranks. Part of that season opening week in Colorado for Marian.
That's it.
Sills.
Got to close the ball.
Sabanovic did not get as much of that as he wanted to. There's a lot of traffic to clear that one through.
Yeah. I think it may have hit a Marian foot. Took a little bit of the sting off of it. Nice.
Ah, just a step off. And cooling the target.
Okay, let's get something formulated here. Got to move the ball a little bit more quickly. Know where you want the ball to go before it gets down to your feet. There we go. Turn it, keep it going. Keep it moving this direction. Good. So Newhold playing in a negative position. This is where I would have started to take some of that space in order to create a little pace for the ball and get yourselves into that attacking posture more readily. Good slide. Well covered.
It was Newhold that was able to make the play. Hoofnagels, by the way, is ready to sub in when given the opportunity. So a good amount of him in half number 1 for Aquinas. Neither team went overly deep into their bench in half number 1. Ane read that one perfectly with an attacking player sitting off his right shoulder.
Got to move it. He's got nobody. That's it. Play it into the center of the park here. Everything very square up the flank. It needs to come in, and then it needs to go out.
Trying to launch the attack via the throw. Defender slips. Help provided by Joe Lockey. And a foul committed. Seeing some hands on hips for the Marian guys. They're not chasing the game from a score perspective, but They've been on the back foot really since
Very
the
much so.
beginning of the half. Stracciotto, the ball on his hip. He has barely seen a flicker of activity in his 18 the last 16 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So Hoofnagels will be waved on. Sills will take a seat. Marian trying to get north of 500. 3 wins, 3 losses, and a draw so far this year. Conference play starts in a week or so for the Knights.
Get it down and have a dig.
Edge of the 18, Gonzalez chips it.
Nice.
But I think that ball was deemed to have hit the football crossbar, not the soccer crossbar. Yeah. Take a look. Stracciotto flying.
Yeah.
Great job by our camera crew to catch that for us. Just a real estate ball. That's okay if you're Marian right now.
Yeah, so this allows them to get into their spots, get some shape back, both on the attacking end and in midfield.
Merchant. New hold.
Check to the ball.
Another good read by Pritchard, but I think handball has been called. And again, you can see the distance matching the football lines, a little more than 40 yards out. Once again, Mader will direct traffic for the Saints. Awadaleo knocks it forward. Pritchard gets in the way. Bailey will buy a little more space. That's an Oreo.
Get it away.
Gonzalez and Jenkins. Jenkins got a boot to it, but again, no teammate anywhere close to it. Stracciotto reads the lines perfectly. Backs up inside the 18 to play with his hands. Pace of the attack is slowed just a bit here for Aquinas. May trying to fix that right now. Couldn't get it past Newholt. Another throw in coming. Pittock will take it.
Come off.
Could be a dangerous ball here. Merchant made sure it didn't get past him. Weiger looks like he had a pretty good read on that, but no way of knowing that if you're Merchant. And this one,
that's a dangerous ball.
Again. And just simply played for a corner.
Handled well, but that puts them, I think, into double digits for a number of corner kicks up there.
I'm running out of fingers and toes at this juncture. I think that's 10. Marian scored off of one just more than a minute in. Here's May.
Better
Jenkins.
Better placed ball.
Left
Trying
foot.
to now drop it into the center of the 6 to see if they can get ahead on it.
Bissell sore at the blast. Bailey got in the way. And again, Jenkins proving equally adept at winning them offensively and defensively. 1v2 battle. Throw in coming here for Aquinas. Mistake on a touch could lead an opportunity here for Marian. Jenkins.
Into space. Lead him with that ball. Nice.
Sliding tackle away for a throw in into the Marian bench.
Just to miss the ankle ever so slightly.
Kyle Barber will re-enter. First sub for Marian this half. Understandably, Newholt could use a break. Any of those back four defensively could use a bit of a seat and a little extra water, given the work they have put in. It was a warm afternoon. It's turned into a perfect evening again. Just hopeful that showers stay away through the course of 90 minutes. Joshua Freeman Wright awaits to check in for Aquinas at the next stoppage in play. We have not seen him on the field of play tonight. And this one will go back to Stracciotto. And May took a tumble. Official says play on.
Interesting decision to play it backwards.
Merchant. Pritchard able to track that down.
Good job tracking that one.
And that'll be a foul against Marian. Van Coolen with the nudge in the back. Cooper and Blair await to check in for the Knights. The next stoppage in play. Sabanovich has taken one long distance blast. Thought he might have been lining up another one. Instead, a good looking pass here. Runners queuing up. Ball didn't get to the first runner. There's the goal. Tied at 1. It's Pinnock that got it to go.
Really nicely done there.
You could see that play developing, and it began with Sabanovich not taking the long distance shot, but playing that left side diagonal ball. We are tied at 1. The Marian lead has vanished after nearly 65 minutes.
Yeah, really well-placed ball, takes a very gentle touch, and then with the outside of the right foot, strikes it home to the near post.
Game is now tied 1-1, 23-15 remaining.
Junior from Brighton, as in Brighton and Hove Albion, if you're a fan of the Premier League. Freeman Wright. Give Owadaleo a breather. We called his name as an Owadaleo a lot more in the first half. Good in half number 2. Because really, you would say for the last 35, 40 minutes, it has been all in one direction. Whatever end that Aquinas has been going to, that's where we have played. Aquinas trying to get their first win of the season. And they played just once before tonight because of COVID concerns.
They've progressively gotten better and better, really putting the 3 different facets of their game together. They're doing as much now to dominate Marian as they have at any point during this game. That ball that they just scored, beautiful goal.
Read by Van Coolen. Give away on the pass. Bailey.
Tough one. A lot of unforced errors we're seeing out of Marian at the moment, and it's only helping Aquinas' cause.
Pinnock plays it
He's
through.
off.
Yep, correct. You saw it. Eric Burton, one of our assistant referees, did too. That was Hoofnagels. Jenkins wins that header, but the turf bounce grabs it the other direction in favor of the Saints. Sabanovich.
Good job of using the flanks here.
Pinnock puts it behind May.
Okay, now can Marian counter here? Get something moving. Not with 4 touches on the ball. You've got to get the ball. Getting the ball forward is going to be the key.
Errant pass from Kyle Barber. Sills about to re-enter for Aquinas, the goal scorer, and Finn Pinnock.
Returning for Aquinas, number 25, Mason Sills.
50-50 ball here that will require at least a second bounce for somebody to win it. Gigini got his head to it for Aquinas. Hoofnagels. Opportunity for May.
Got to close that ball.
May will give it a go himself. And Weigert had the angle covered. And a whistle being given here. Not sure what that's about. Whatever the case may be, we'll resume play momentarily. By the way, I can also tell you we have passed the 20-minute mark left to go in half number 2. So if we do have inclement weather that affects this, we have played an official match at this juncture.
Nice turn. He had some glue on his boots there.
Jenkins. Gonzalez tries the back heel just a step off.
Stepping to these players when the ball transitions from attack to defense, stepping just a touch late, a step late, and closing down the passing lanes.
Bissessor.
Keep him out there.
Plays it across, and
Good.
Again, not much of an angle there, but Weiger read it the entire way through traffic.
He's getting a bit of a workout tonight, that's for sure.
He's been all on his end of the pitch since halftime.
Yeah.
He really had to make one great play in the first half. Everything else was relatively mundane.
Nice
the flick
flick
forward by Jenkins.
Got to keep it moving forward. Head up. Check to the ball. Check into that little gap right there. Nice.
Tenorio playing it to Gonzalez. Again, he had the hat trick last time out for Marian. Ball sent in. Get to Gonzalez. Now May the hold-up play for Aquinas. Blair and Cooper have been sitting by the midfield stripe for a while for Marian.
Get it down. Got to attack these second balls.
Foul whistled against May. Jake Ireland also will enter when given the opportunity.
Questionable call. I mean, the advantage was favoring Marian at that point. Should have just let it play on. Get out there.
Schinkel found a sliver of space. Gets it right back. Looking back post. Right idea.
Good job. Good job of getting it out. Keep him there. Deny the shot. Deny the shot.
Bissessor gives it a go. And then a foul and a card going to be shown here. And again, foul of the tactical variety. Bissessor down behind the play. That was Tallon that commits the infraction. First card shown to an Aquinas player tonight.
Now let's see if we can turn it over and get the ball moving. You're allowing Aquinas to get themselves set behind the ball. Need every advantage you can get.
Marian University Athletics on the ISC Sports Network, presented in part by Michaelis. From ground-up building projects to around-the-clock emergency security services, no one answers your prayers or the phones quicker than Michaelis. Call 844-FIX-INDY. So subs will be waved on here.
Starting to see a little bit of cramping in the Aquinas players. That time off is starting to haunt them a little bit.
That has nothing to do with weather conditions tonight. That is all about lack of practice time. You can train all you want. You can't replicate this.
Right.
Bissessor was the player that was down behind the play. He will head to the sidelines.
Get it down.
Van Coolen.
Jenkins. Nope, not anymore.
Try to find
and a nice little touch.
Jenkins left foot.
Oh!
Ricochets off the inside of the post.
Just a beautiful little toe poke to split those defenders and gets a lovely shot off the post.
And he is one of those absolute strikers that it doesn't take much.
What a great angle. Unfortunate there.
He just needs one or two touches in the right spot every game.
Well, I hope that gives them the little spark, these last 17 minutes, to begin playing with a sense of urgency. Amp it up just a tad. See if they can stick one.
Jackson Finley will also come on for the first time for Marian. Freshman from Greenfield Central High School. Jenkins and Van Coolen both get a break. I'd imagine we'll see both those guys in the next 5 to 10 minutes return.
Got to get to the ball.
Here.
Got to get to the ball. Slow him down.
Schinkel distributes left side. Runners queuing up for Aquinas, but
oh gee,
bit of a mistake. May blasts it and misses. There were 3 or 4 options, and that was not where the ball was designed to go. But frankly, it could not have fell better for Aquinas. One of your most talented players had a good look from 18 yards out. Couldn't keep it on frame. Good give and go here. The shot in Weiger. Again, not much on it. That was Hoofnagel's. Correctly found the back post, but Weiger had enough space to recover. As we mentioned, he had 31 saves in 6 matches played coming into tonight's contest. Good for 11th in NAIA soccer.
Check to the ball. We got to get people to come into that center circle. Give them an option to play it to.
Great read by Tenorio.
And go.
There's Finley.
Drive at him at an angle.
First touch of the night.
Nice, get around.
Went to the ground, but you're not going to get that.
And go at him again. Draw defenders. That'll work.
A read by Pritchard.
A little behind, but if he turns and goes.
Tenorio wants it back on a stumble, but got it right to Finley instead.
Give it, give it.
Now Tenorio. And a window of space, elects not to shoot from distance.
Oh, that'll work.
Looks for a teammate, the sliding effort on the volley.
I think the raised flag is right.
Correct. He was offside, even if it had been on target, would have been offside.
So I'm sensing a little bit more urgency out of the Knights, which is good to see. They're getting a little bit more dangerous. You know, from just a purely technical point of view, they need to lift their heads up and they've got to move the ball with a little bit more urgency themselves. They've got to be more quick with the turnaround, getting the ball to one another's feet to throw off the Aquinas players.
Pittick will come back in when given the opportunity for Aquinas.
One more, get to the second ball. Get it down.
Tenorio.
Good.
Cooper takes a tumble and draws the foul. It's going to be a card shown. So Gigini picks up the card. Second yellow of the half to go against Aquinas. It's for that extended right leg there that
hammered
down
it pretty
Cooper.
good. I like the fact that the referee is allowing some of the physical play to go on. He seems to be calling it at just the right time.
That's what happens when you work in combination college matches and professional matches. Foul going to be called against Marian.
Get around a gray shirt. So Marian needs to be around a gray shirt so they can get after this second ball.
Jenkins walking over to Van Coolen on the sidelines, a little strategy session.
Good pressure here. Oh,
before those two would re-enter. Fresher legs up top right now for Marian, just to give things a bit of a different look. Bailey with a good touch.
Give it, give it. Nice.
Now Tenorio.
Find a guy.
And that's going to be a foul.
Good call.
Tenorio drew the whistle. By the way, Gonzalez also currently on the bench for Marian, so a lot of their frontline attacking guys getting some final respite in their legs.
Well, you've got this well-rested kid Cooper who's in there now, need to take advantage of his freshness. They don't have the big body in the back in Jenkins like they were able to target previously. But these are the kind of situations you need. With 12 and a half minutes left, you know, having a free kick inside the 10 essentially, or inside the 15 essentially is it's butter. You got to love that kind of stuff.
Tenorio sends it in, looking back post. Not much comes out of that one. Stracciotto had a relatively easy read on that.
Defensively, they're getting back nicely. They've got numbers back, which is good.
Outside of the 18, so Weigers blasts it. Finds Cooper. Hoofnagels. Good cut back for Aquinas. Looking back post.
Good job.
Just a step away from
tough ball.
Linking up with Sills for what would have been the go-ahead goal.
I mean, usually a goalkeeper is going to be taught to body catch that ball, but with that on-running attacker, Weiger did the right thing, reaching for it to bring it into his body.
Offside. Yeah. Cooper couldn't get square in time. Right idea.
Yep.
Just could not get back onside, could the native of San Francisco.
Well, things are starting to open up for Marian a little bit more, and they're taking a few risks with these angle balls played into the attacking third. Cooper's rested legs are helping him. They're helping the team. So I like the thinking that's going on right now. Turn and counter. Got to find blue feet.
Ane. Kind of hit and hope on that one. Here's May. Good looking ball here for Ireland. Ireland sends it across. Hoofnagels lets it go. Defender got in the way. That was Pritchard.
Good job.
It was Schinkel on the blast, and deflection could have steered it any which way. For Weigert, turned it into a relative can of corn.
May's the guy that's been making it happen for this Aquinas team all night long. He's sort of been that quiet guy, the orchestrator, pulling the strings from behind, getting the ball into the right people's feet.
Jenkins and Van Koolen heading towards the midfield stripe momentarily. Got those guys just enough rest to be fresh for the end of regulation and potential extra time as well. Jenkins waved back on.
Here we go.
Let's see if Jack Blair that'll exit.
Returning for the Knights, number 9, James Jenkins.
Important sub right there
for the Saints,
sure.
Number 7, Finn Pittock.
Oh, nicely done.
Tenorio. Cooper.
Oh, here we go.
Jenkins,
Can
one
give
touch.
It? Nicely done.
Distributes, but couldn't find a teammate.
Just a calm turn, played it nicely out into space. Unfortunately, wasn't quite on target.
Throw in coming. No foul there, deemed to be simply last touch by Aquinas. And hammer towards midfield, one of the Aquinas defenders. Burst of energy for Bailey to win that back for Marian. Pritchard.
Get Cooper.
I think he was surprised that the real estate was open in front of him. Now because of the space he voided, there's a counter. Here's Pittock, the goal scorer.
Good.
The 18 Merchant was there waiting on it. Cooper.
Unlucky.
Bailey. Good looking turn. Finley. Still getting some valuable minutes out there. Gonzalez will re-enter at the next stoppage in play for the Knights. Bissessur will do the same for Aquinas. Weiger thought that Pritchard would be in a spot where he wasn't. Ball was simply played sideways with nobody there. A giveaway to Aquinas. Less than 8 to go in regulation. Cooper back to the bench as Gonzalez returns.
Returning for the Knights, number 32,
Merchant.
Gonzalez.
Let's see where that ball will exit. Just shy of the corner flag. It'll be a throw.
Saints, number 19, Baptiste Basura.
Pittock can't get it around Pritchard. Much there from Gigini. Pinnock lines it up, sends it across. All kind of traffic. One blast. Didn't get through. Took out a teammate. Did that shot from Bissessor.
No.
And they'll stop it here. That is May that is cramping up behind the play. And again, that was a cramp that was induced because he inadvertently got in the way of that rocket from the edge of the 18.
Well, I was worried when his leg got picked up while the play was still going on. You're putting yourself a player down and you're giving them an advantage in the box.
It does stop the clock with under 7 minutes left to go in tonight's match. Let's remind your fans you get all of the up-to-the-minute information on Knights athletics at MUKnights.com. Follow on Twitter at MUKnights. That's MU Knights. And Coolin will re-enter when given the opportunity. Starters largely back on the pitch for each of these two sides. Marian has never trailed tonight. Even when they had a one-goal lead, it felt like they were chasing the game for the majority of this half. And we resume play. Merchant trying to find Tenorio, and after a touch, Tenorio will track it down.
Head up, head up, head up. That's it. As this game has progressed, Tenorio, I'm happy to see that he's picking his head up, he's releasing the ball earlier, and he's not getting closed down. That may just be fatigue. He doesn't want the ball at his feet, but he's doing the right thing.
Good run here. Right back, or left back on top of it. But he'll clear it sideways. Throw in coming for Marian. Van Coolin will re-enter. It's Finley sprinting off for the Knights.
Returning for the Knights, number 10, Nate Van Coolin.
Finley appearing in his 4th match of the season for Marian. At the edge of the 18. Last touched by Aquinas. Ane will use a little bit of that track to build up this throw. Trying to reach the edge of the 6. Ane will square off some space.
Big one.
That's Lockie that got there.
Knock it down.
Pritchard hustling to get there.
Good job.
And wins the foot race.
Nice ball.
That's a forward, and Van Coolin just was a step off. There's not been much in this half for Marian. Only Jenkins' opportunity that rattled the woodwork's about it. Great ball here. Sills. 2 defenders in front of him.
That's it.
Pinnock the run going. Around Merchant, edge of the 6. Nice. And Schinkel just couldn't get it at his feet. Back 3 right now for Aquinas. Van Coolin close enough where Straciotto needed to play it. But you wonder how much is left in the legs of either of these teams at this juncture.
Well, we're seeing it in Aquinas. I mean, they've had a couple guys go down with cramping issues. I guess it speaks well of Marian. I mean, it says something about the benefit of getting 7 games under your belt.
And they did play on Saturday. So you can argue not being match fit, but also having some tread left on the tires, so to speak.
Yeah.
Merchant.
Trouble closing.
Couldn't clear it.
Nice job.
Bailey the block. Sabanovic now. Couldn't get it through Tenorio. If Marian can attack quickly, And we had a chance for some level numbers, but May thwarts any talk of that. Tenorio comes up a bit hobbling after that challenge. Opportunity here.
Oh, close.
Schinkel knocks it forward, but misses Soar. Couldn't latch on to it.
Got to get out there to him.
Ane buys some real estate, but not possession. Deflected off a Marian defender. Shoulder to shoulder inside of the 18. Jenkins. Van Koolen, the long distance opportunity.
Need numbers. Need numbers.
1v3. Has it at his feet.
Jenkins. See Jenkins on the right.
Tenorio knocks it forward. Nothing there. Sills sprinting at this one. Weiger couldn't get there. Open net. Can he find the angle? No. It was a small window that was there. Take a look.
Yeah, sort of I mean, that's an ill-advised decision on Weiger's part. He got out of it lucky.
Frankly, I'd say it was the only bad decision Weiger's made all night.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been big all night long. I would agree with you.
Got the benefit of the doubt.
What's the old saying? Sometimes you got to be lucky to be good and good to be lucky.
I've always heard it's better to be lucky than good.
Oh, okay.
I'm usually neither, so I don't know about it. We don't finish this one in regulation. We would have up to 2 10-minute overtimes. It is golden goal, so one goal would end it if there's nothing here in the final 75 seconds. Opportunity here.
Get out there.
May plays it across. "60 seconds
1 minute
before we get to extra added time.
Knock it away.
Merchant does exactly that.
Just keep him out there.
All sent in. Clock is on your screen. This is Soar. Left-footed hit, not much on it. Weiger will launch this one back to midfield. Jenkins couldn't get there. Quanti can't control it. Not sure if there's enough time for Aquinas to get a good look before both teams will head back to their benches. Well, we had hoped for enough of a weather window to play at least 70. We're going to have to go more than 90 tonight.
4, 3.
Hear the voice of Mitch up in the background. No need to push the issue. We have extra soccer for you. So with that, we will take a break. We'll come back with overtime number 1. You're watching Marian University Soccer on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Zach. Day and night, rain or shine, even just out for a spin, Zach gets around. But we know Zach, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he's been saving up to trade up. IMCU is here to help Zach and you drive your dream. Now get financing as low as 1.99% APR on a new or used vehicle. Today, it's all about Zach. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The new loaded scratch-offs from the Hoosier Lottery are heavy. With 4 exciting games jam-packed with fun. And top prizes up to $2,000. Play the new loaded scratch-offs today, only from the Hoosier Lottery. Imagine that.
Who's got time for hot dogs and disco music? Your mind's cluttered with thoughts of commercial waste removal. So thank the good Lord above for Ray's Trash. Ray's will collect the intolerable rubbish at all your company's locations up to 6 times a week. That's 42 times in dog weeks. They shred documents and recycle too. And Ray's has roll-off containers for big loads, like construction waste or when your giant dies. Got a business? Get yourself to raystrash.com.
raystrash.com.
Ray's Trash.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Again, alongside Mark Newman, Greg Rakestraw, St. Vincent Field, the site, Marian University Soccer. Of course, this facility, built back in 2007 and 2008. Football first came here in 2009. Marian beating Grandview, Iowa in the first football game played here at St. Vincent Field. And St. Vincent Health, now Ascension St. Vincent, their name has been on this facility since day number one. And a wonderful supporter of all things Marian University athletics. Mark, here we are with a little extra added soccer. We could play as many as 20 minutes. We could play as few as 15 seconds. It is a golden goal. 1 goal will win it. We will not go to kicks in tonight's game. Let's take a look at how we got here. Our highlights from the first 2 halves. And again, Marian, well, they have been sitting on 1 goal for the last 88 plus minutes. That happened literally at the beginning of minute number 2.
Yeah, I mean, just a great goal. I mean, you're right. They did a fantastic job of holding on to that. As a matter of fact, I think defensively they didn't break down except for one moment in this game, and it was that moment where the other team, Aquinas, was able to equalize.
And again, Marian, it was kind of a balanced attack between they and Aquinas for, say, the first, 25, 30 minutes of this match. And seemingly the last 60 minutes, it has been all Aquinas. Corner kicks in the double digits. I don't think Weiger's saves are in double digits, but it's not far away. Marian has been in the defensive third really since about the 30-minute mark on.
Yeah, and they've proven their defensive mettle. Weiger has had a great game. He made one bad decision there near the end of the game, but it was inconsequential as it turns out. Pritchard has been really good in the back. I mean, he's earned his stripes as a freshman defender. As a matter of fact, he gets into the midfield and shows that he has the ability to be a distributor from the back too. Marchand, very good in the back. The things that I would want to see out of Marian going into this first overtime session, keep Jenkins forward. If he needs to drop back a little in the midfield to get a ball, that's fine, but keep him forward. He's a great distributor. He's a great shot taker. They need his big body up there. And I would reinsert Cooper, 28, back into the game. When he was in the game, Marian was getting some really good possession, and he was making stuff happen on that left side. So get Cooper back in the game, see if he can't complement the work being done by Jenkins.
Wind not exactly a factor right now. Taking a look at the flags, which are lost to the darkness of the evening in terms of the lights here at the stadium. Marian will have the first possession. And looking at the radar, we should have plenty of time if we have to play the full 20 minutes. Looks like the Storm's a bit delayed from what we thought they would be in terms of their arrival tonight. We started this match about 10 minutes early, trying to ensure we could have enough of a window to play this match, and we have done so successfully. Nervous moment there. Pittock.
Stay with him, stay with him.
Trying to cut back on Pritchard and got the foul. Went to ground and got the foul, so it is dangerous restart time from just outside of the 18. Take a look here.
Yeah. A little bit of extra schmaltz there on the part of the attacking player. I mean, I thought actually that Pritchard did a good job of turning, using his body. Got a little handsy.
I would agree with that.
Wasn't too bad.
Yep. May has taken all of these set pieces and corners tonight. He'll do so again here. Two-man wall in front of him.
He's going to spin this one in. Yep.
Back post, and Marian got there first. Sabanovic didn't send that one the way he wanted to. Hopeful ball to midfield. Only one Marian player close to it in Gonzalez.
Get it down. I mean, here you see Mayo getting back, knocking that ball down out of the air, creating a possession opportunity.
Jenkins goes to turf and will get the whistle against Sabanovic.
Here we go.
Chance for Jenkins to carve out a little space going forward.
Yep. Let's move it. Let's get it moving. Yep.
Pritchard draws the foul.
And Druitt indeed did a good job of varying his pace there, so the defender would run into him.
Possession short-lived for the Knights. All kind of space to operate here.
Use your body, man on.
Sills couldn't make the turn. Good read by Bailey, but couldn't hang on to it. Opportunity here. Piddick sends it in, asks for a handball. Answer was no. It was outside of the 18. Player had his back to the ball. I think that's the reason for the no whistle that was given. It is going to be a corner. Take a look.
Yeah.
Probably had a good case for it again. Would have been outside of the 18. But probably had a good case for it. That wasn't an extended arm. Great job by our camera crew to show that to you. May sends it in. Not an Aquinas player nearby. Back to the relative safety of the bench area of Aquinas. Ane.
Oh boy.
Did not hit the clearance he wanted to. Here's a look. Left side that Weiger had the angle shut, but defender deflected first to Ane. And another corner coming for the Saints. Schinkel that had the opportunity.
We've seen Aquinas do just about everything they can so far with their corner kicks, except for play a short corner. So I wonder if we're going to see that at some point here in this overtime.
Right at the edge of the 6, headed down, off the post. I believe that was Freeman Wright. They had a look.
The post is your friend there, that's for sure.
Both teams have felt hard done by the post tonight. And it was Freeman Wright that got a good look.
Really good look there. Beautifully placed corner right into the center of that zone.
Jenkins will track back to track it down. Tenorio back to Jenkins. Jenkins dispossessed. It will be Marian ball. Midway through the first overtime. Newhold asking to come back on. Hoofnagels will do the same. They're passing 9 o'clock local time in this one. I forget about the ever-present nature of bells on a college campus.
A nice touch.
Just like you, I'm a few years removed from my undergrad days at this point. Tenorio. Bailey. Good sliding tackle away by Tolland. That read is by Will Mann, who came in late into the game at center back. And this one.
That's a dangerous. Nope.
Yeah.
A little heavy.
Dangerous position. Didn't do enough with it.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, the right idea, too. Looking to spin the ball so he swings it out, coming at the on-running attacker, but just mishit it a bit.
Non-conference game here, so Not sure either side is interested in playing for a point. Both teams are going for the win this evening. Jenkins making a forward run. Ball played left side of Tenorio, but too much on it.
A little heavy and not enough gas in the tank. I think there's a combination of things starting to take over now.
Looking ahead for Marian. They will host to Concordia. We'll finish that thought in a moment. Puffnagels gives it a blast. Weiger spills it and then blocks it.
Nice job getting back up for the rebound. That second save, oftentimes the bane of your existence. Difficult to get up and get to a spot to cover it.
Really kind of the first time that Weiger has spilled one tonight.
You're right. I mean, he's had any number of balls come at him, driven balls, some not so heavy, but he's handled them all very cleanly.
Again, it's May.
Nicely played ball.
Punched by Weiger. Steered to the edge of the 6, and Weiger.
Good job.
Well, there's a man of the match for Marian. It's clearly him.
Yeah, you know, what he just did there, so you had a double save on that earlier exchange where you had to get the rebound, and then here you go with the kid punching the ball out, having to compose himself, coming off of his line again, and handling the cross very well. He's had a great game.
Now Sills beats one defender, left foot, deflected. It is the umpteenth corner for Aquinas in tonight's match. Merchant got in the way.
Knock it away.
Tough ball there. That's going to need to be a foul, even though it was a shot that was up and over the crossbar. Weiger was impeded with.
Well, they're figuring out. I mean, if they're going to have any chance, Aquinas, that is, if they're going to have any chance, they're going to have to crowd the goalkeeper. So they're getting not just one body on him, they're getting a couple bodies on the box, or on him and in the box.
Well, this overtime has resembled most of the second half and the end of the first half. Primarily played on one end of the field. Collision, deemed to be simultaneous. We play on.
Nice, give it.
Tenorio. Ball takes a turn, goes right to Jenkins.
Nice.
Jenkins has a run going. Jenkins will have an opportunity.
Composure.
Jenkins, couple of touches. Left foot. Couldn't keep it on frame.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the first overtime.
As we have said numerous times, doesn't take much for him.
No. Well, let's hope he's got 10 minutes and 49 seconds left in that tank.
We'll stop the clock here because of another cramp for an Aquinas player. Jenkins will take that time as well after taking a spill on the turf. Again, 11 goals in 18 games a season ago for Jenkins. Played for John Higgins down at the University of Indianapolis before eventually making his way to Marian University. Tacked on 4 assists a season ago as well. Stracciotto taking his time here. This 10-minute session about to expire.
Oh boy, got to get it down.
Shanked clearance, but again, time is of the essence.
Good.
Teams will switch ends. Again, right now there is 0 breeze in which to deal with.
6, 5, 4.
No further activity here. So let's go ahead and briefly step aside. Come back for a final time this evening. We'll have a result on the back end of this, one way or the other. We're tied at 1, going to the second overtime on the ISC Sports Network.
Marian University is like a home to me. Campus is where I made friends that I know will last a lifetime.
Academics, sports, or arts, Marian's got something for you.
Plus, downtown Indy is just 10 minutes away from campus.
I'm a huge sports fan. Living in Indy, I've got the Knights, the Colts, and the Pacers.
Applying was so fast and easy.
I went to Marian for the education, but what I took away was the experience.
Marian University offers an exceptional education and an unforgettable experience. Apply today for full scholarship consideration at marian.edu.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com. That's kind of a look back towards the northwest. And as our cameras caught that, I'm kind of curious to see if our officials may have caught that as well. Now, again, if it is more than 10 miles away, you can deal with that. And knowing that at most, we have 10 minutes of soccer left to go. There is someone on premises in college athletics that always has a lightning detector on it. I'm sure that the gentleman down there with the navy blue hat we just saw looking at his phone is doing that exact same thing. That basically will signal if you're anywhere within 8 miles of a venue and you hit lightning, everybody would go to the benches. Since we're not doing that, hopefully we can get 10 more minutes of soccer or a goal before that and have a full undisputed result. Everybody can move on with their evening.
Yeah.
Talking about the upcoming Marian schedule before Aquinas so rudely tried to score a goal and end the match. Next up for Marian, they will play Concordia of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Conference opponent in football, not soccer, here on Sunday. This is the second of 4 straight matches here at St. Vincent Field. Then they begin conference play a week from Saturday against Grace. We change ends of the pitch. Bailey, a touch.
Got to close.
Opportunity here for Schinkel. Gets it back. Knocked away from the edge of the 18. Ball sent to the edge of the 6. Quickly headed away.
Get it to feet. Let's counter. We got to move this ball. You got 10 minutes to prove it.
And that'll be a foul against Sabanovich and a card shown as well. So third card against an Aquinas player tonight. Only one against a Marian player, that being Bailey early in the contest.
Nope.
Takeaway here. Bissasour. Finds a man, that's May. Gives it a go. What a hit.
Oh, my goodness.
And again off the woodwork. Wow. That is the third strike tonight by the two teams combined.
Boy,
that the post declined.
Marian got away with their lives there. Nobody stepped to that ball. It was too much for Weiger to cover. Post comes up big again.
Tony Dungy in football had a statement about field goal defense.
Yeah. When
the opposing team simply misses a field goal. There's been a few cases of field goal defense tonight as well.
Right.
Quanti tracks back to track that one down. Now Gonzalez opportunity here. This is Blair. But
make him play. See what he's got.
A little eager that time of knocking that ball forward. Strasiotto outside of the 18. Handler with his feet quite adeptly. Wadaleo now will play it towards the right side, down the flank. Touched by Hoofnagels.
Find a gray shirt.
Hoofnagels. Merchant got there. And that will be a throw, not a corner, a throw coming here for Aquinas.
No less dangerous, drawing those Marian defenders out of the box.
Headed by Bissessor, but up and over. Couldn't send it down. Just couldn't time the jump. And Marian does have one draw so far this season. That was to Thomas More. 0-0 back in the third match of the season. Thomas More, a university that is on their way to the Division II ranks in the next couple of years.
Use your body. Possess the ball, use your body. Okay.
Throw in coming here for Aquinas. Bissessor will take it.
Nice little behind the back. Try to do it again.
By the way, Weiger tonight has matched his career high in saves with 11.
Big time.
He had that against Thomas More as well in that 0-0 draw.
Hats off to him. He's had a great game.
Ball poked away. Both players go down. I got a throw in coming here.
That bounced off the stanchion, the base of the stanchion there.
32 shots in total for Aquinas.
Wow.
13 of those on target. And by the way, the official corner count is now 14 for the Saints tonight.
For this defense to hold up against 32 shots, I mean, they gave a lot, they bent a lot, but they haven't broken yet. Let's see if they can hold on to it. 5 minutes, 44 seconds. Keep it up.
42 saves on the season for Weiger and 7 matches played. Good closeout by Quanti, and it will be a throw-in for Marian. So we're about midway through this final overtime session. No goals in 5+ minutes. It's a 1-1 draw. In a non-conference match, you don't worry about it, the points being shared. Weiger able to snag that one. Hoofnagels will hang around just in case. Start getting to caring about the points in a couple of matches if you're Marian. Gonzalez.
Under back. He's not being talked to. He's got to be talked to.
Clattered into by Lockie, but no whistle given. Just throw in coming for the Knights.
Nice. And move it.
Marian does have some time to recover after this one. He'll play again for 5 days. Blair. Ball was behind him. Couldn't do anything with it. Here's the counter launched by Aquinas. Pritchard. Lockie will go to ground. Gonzalez earns a talking to. No card shown there. And that'll be a foul against Aquinas. We were concerned with kind of playing beat the clock in terms of the weather. Now these two teams are playing as much against the clock as each other.
That's right.
Here in added time. Marian not minding doing some time wasting here as well.
Right.
At the edge of the 18, Jenkins heads it across, but didn't have a teammate in the corresponding position. Ball quickly knocked forward.
Got to get numbers back for blue here.
Hoofnagel's giving chase. Pittock, the goal scorer tonight for Aquinas. He's been on the sideline for a few minutes. He's done for the night. He has run his race, his first goal of the year. Right now it is Sills and Hoofnagels up top for the Saints. 2.5 to play.
Got to push numbers.
Jenkins,
push numbers.
1v1 battle. Vincent wins the foot race.
Yeah.
Pritchard.
Just a situation where Quanti's just a bit late getting into that spot, filling that spot to help Jenkins out.
Vincent deemed to have been a bit aggressive on that slide tackle. Immediately offers his hand to Pritchard. And again, if you're Marian, you can carve another 20, 30 seconds off here while you get set. And frankly, from this distance, potentially go for goal.
Yep.
Well, Vincent got a lot of the ball there. Referee said it was just a bit too aggressive.
When you've got a guy like Jenkins, who's a good 2 inches or so taller than anybody else on the park, you want to swing that ball in there, whip it in there, targeting his head, and see if he can't just knot it into the back of the net.
Jenkins can't stay there.
And so it's, they're using a left-footed player. They're going to swing it in. Too low.
Ball gets
Who's
through.
There?
Loose change. Offside flag goes up.
Jenkins a little slow to get to his feet.
Both teams a little worse for wear at this juncture.
Yeah.
Strasiotto will restart quickly. Again, 60 seconds left to go in the match. Will there be a winner tonight? A lot that both teams can feel good about. Let's see how it plays out. This one headed back to Strasiotto. Well done by Gigini.
Way to get up.
Weiger, no traffic, able to get in front.
Go big ball.
I'll say just how aggressive is Marian going to be here.
They got one last chance in them.
It is hit and hope at this point.
Yep.
10, 9.
It appears that both teams will go home without the benefit of a victory tonight.
4, 3.
1-1 draw will be the order of the night
1.
here at St. Vincent Field.
Final score tonight, Marian
With the
1,
length of the broadcast and knowing that our crew is trying to beat the storms to get everything taken down for the evening, we will end our broadcast. Mark, your final thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Aquinas proved that they're a legit team. Even with time off, they came out tonight and gave Marian everything they had. The defense for Marian came up big. My hat's off to Weiger. That whole defensive unit really proved their mettle. They're maturing beautifully.
Weiger matches his career high in saves with 11. Valentin Newhold gets his first goal in a Marian uniform in minute number 2. Finn Pittock gets the goal for Aquinas, and we finish in a 1-1 draw this evening. For Mark Newman and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from St. Vincent Field, and join us here again tomorrow at 3 when the Marian women's team takes on Northwestern Ohio, followed by Marian University Volleyball against St. Francis. Goodbye for now. Thanks for joining us for Marian University Soccer on the ISC Sports Network.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The best video on the internet is not the guy of the last week or so. It's the surfing bulldog.
Expecto Patronum, like, Harry Potter. Everybody knows what I'm talking about at home.
I'm not
confused.
12.
You are one of the most disgusting people I've ever met.
You asked. You open up the door. Squeaky. Colts quarterback room is kind of like picking your favorite Ernest movie. They're all pretty bad. You have
Did you actually see any of those?
You have to go. I really was a big Ernest. Yeah.
No
a big
way.
Ernest fan. Ernest Goes to Camp was my favorite.